boogity, boogity, boys! Let's go racing here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We have got two races here today, one at the Grand Prix circuit, and you can't be at Indianapolis without doing, you guessed it, the Brickyard. And Send It Media and DOR Cosworth are going straight for the jugulars. Out the gate, DOR Cosworth asserting themselves very quickly.
It seems like we're already into the first round here as well with FTC Rue and PTG Nando making contact in the first corner, going straight off the track. I'm not sure, but
wait a minute! I have just noticed a sticker on the back of Send It Media's car. In the top left, in a yellow sticker, it just says, "I am very slow."
I don't trust that sticker.
Oh, God.
I don't trust that big yellow sticker on the back of his car.
You think I do?
No.
Now, it's hard to believe, but after today, we will be more than halfway through this series.
This is basically halfway of the series.
Because after this, we've only got 2 weeks left of Daytona and Homestead, so it's going to be quite emotional, but we here at FTC will be with you on your screens now until all the way up to the holiday period. So I say, I'll pass the eggnog. I want to get festive with you.
Oh, we definitely will be, considering we have a lot of jingle bells through today with all those balls squeezing, trying to get past Dunce. There's gonna be a fight.
Mateo, don't you jingle my bells. Anyway, Send It Media is doing their best to overtake DOR Cosworth, but there is just not enough, as the two drivers are really doing their best now to pull away from the pack. Although I will say, who's currently in third? Crow is currently in third, keeping a very good pace up with these drivers, even though he started at the very back, so he must have got a very lucky entry and exit.
I think Crow's doing a
Send It Media and DOR Cosworth are going side by side as he passed the start-finish straight.
Cosworth not make it easy here.
And weaving. Send It Media needs to be on the other side, but that just ignore me. Send It Media just forces DOR Cosworth and shut the door in his face, but he needs to close it more, which he does. Send It Media comes into first place of the race.
But still, this is still only the third lap, so you can still see a lot more action going on here.
Very true, because we've got 20 laps here at Indianapolis on this Grand Prix.
Oh Lord, going back to Phoenix here in fifth. He got a lot of train behind him trying to fight for that fifth.
Oh, and Crow's having being caught up by McGrath in the battle for third.
Yeah, that's what I think the little rush for was for Roshan, who currently had a big accident this weekend in Formula 1.
Yes, everyone here at FTC wishes Roman Grosjean a very speedy recovery after what can only be described as a very, very serious accident, and we really
going into the pits. But yeah, I think what we're gonna be happy about is how well that Halo works now in the F series.
If it weren't for that Halo, I actually don't think he would be there with us, if I'm being brutally honest.
I believe so as well.
Less of the grim and more on the funny, because for 5th place there is currently a nice little four-way battle between MRT Senna, Apollo, Sainty Boy, and who is that? Typhoon. So MRT, if you're anything like Ballistic, I really am expecting high quality things.
Or here goes Saint, but inside of Apollo. Ooh, Apollo tried to close the door, but it was just too late. Now he's right on the bumper of Saint Boy. It's not an easy thing to control these cars on a road track.
So, well, that's the thing though. These cars are so unhappy.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, they made him turn like at 300-400 miles an hour, just turning left.
You know what these cars remind me of? Trying to turn the other way. It's like a really lazy Labrador that's gone to a pet shop and it's suddenly discovered that it has to leave, and the owner's just like slowly dragging it across the floor, and it's like, come on, and he's like, no. But Sainty Boy is trying to go for an overtake on MRT Senna here. Incredible stuff from Sainty Boy.
But Sen, here comes trying to undercut back, and he gets the fighting back and not giving Saint the... But here goes Saint looking for undercut again.
Oh,
he's looking,
he's so
not having the grip to do it.
That
here he comes again, he's looking right inside again, trying to get it done this time.
That's a real
shame.
Although Send It Media is currently extending their gap now over second place of DLR Cosworth. Currently at a 2-second advantage here. Now currently for the standings, it is very interesting because Send It Media is running away with it in first place with 190 points. DLR Cosworth in second with 154. And LBHM Road Rack with 144 in third. But Crow has got 140, but with the lack of Road Rack today, Crow will take third place. So it's gonna have to, we're gonna have to see what happens here, aren't we?
Well, I gotta say that he got a good run on the final pit straight now in the last corner, gaining here on Senna. Oh, they're trying to cut each other off, blocking for entrance for a corner. Sainty Boy got outside this time, but he's being too brave on the brakes, but he seems to get a better exit than Senna, but they're both around the road on the same pace. Oh, and Senna makes a little mistake, and Sainty Boy gets rid and just gets the move finally down, and they're door to door again, and Senna's not letting Sainty Boy get it.
And Sainty Boy is itching. He's like, why, let me pass, lad. As our cameras suddenly go dark, thank you again.
You go look further at how Sergio and he's going down in 9.
Oh, there's a double side by side of Senna and Sainty Boy, and just behind them of Apollo, and who's that Typhoon?
And we got Sergio in the back toe as well, being the 5th car in the train.
So even Sergio's trying now. This is only going to get messier from here.
And seems like Typhoon as well changed out his livery today.
I believe they did.
Seems like he's doing a Super B livery today.
Oh, he's a little angry fighting B Typhoon.
Wait. Was he always this thing? I may be mistaking him for something else with the livery I was thinking of.
I say, what if I told you, waifus will ruin your memory. Although Sainty Boy, with a not bad memory, just did a massive undercut on MRT Senna, who is trying to regain that position back of 5th place. Sainty Boy goes a little bit wide, clipping the curves and allowing Senna to repass again. This is going to be a jostle all the way to the finish line.
The only thing that is allowing is everybody to catch up again to join the fray. Giving that, oh, and here goes Sir trying to undercut Typhoon.
Apollo is got so many problems behind him, it's not even funny.
Yeah, now he got Typhoon chasing him down with Sergio in tow, and we got somebody in the back here as well. And he had a little disconnection there from Jamal, who said he's going to be back for the oval. But I'm not sure, but is the Brickyard an oval or is it a road course?
That's the thing. Americans call it an oval because, well, they're American, but to Europeans, like.
Oh yeah, because it's more of a square with 4 corners.
It is a rectangle with roundy corners. It's not an oval, but it's not a road course. So, well, it technically is a road course, but it's not a.
I think they call it an oval due to the fact that it goes in one big circle.
Is in the pits.
And here comes Nando giving Sergio a little bit of fire as he goes underneath the grass. But Sergio fights back, trying to keep his position. Oh, he's being brave, but he's struggling to get the grip. And
yeah, but Jamal, there's the thing. Indianapolis is not an oval. An oval is one continuous corner. Indianapolis has 4 straights.
And is there one track that's basically 3 corners as well?
You see, if it was, I'm trying to think of the other one now. Like, Homestead. That's sort of an oval, but it still has 2 straights. I'm trying to think of the racetrack where it has the weird triangle shape.
Yeah, that's...
Which one am I thinking of?
It seems like Typhoon finally got past Apollo as well. Oh, and there goes Apollo into the pits with Nando now chasing down Typhoon.
Whoa, Ephes comes in chat saying screw Ponko. So, sorry, Picano. So, oh, there's some deep dislike in there. So, I'm not going to stir that bee's nest. Although Johnny Warner in the Wonder Bread Mobile is doing really well. He's currently in 3rd. No, he's in 12th.
I think it's because there are some people in the pits.
Being chased down by Phoenix.
And I believe Phoenix done his mandatory pit stop as well.
I think they have.
And there goes a nice undercut on John. But John managed to keep himself together and stay.
John's actually defending! Go, my boy!
Oh, and I think the pressure got to him.
Can we have a F in the chat for our wonderful bearded, cuddly teddy bear, Mr. Johnny Warner, who experienced the gravel round. But PTG Nando is now having a fight with FTC Typhoon for 6th place here as the grid is starting to spread out. Send It Media is still your race leader at the halfway mark, setting the best lap time as well of the race so far, 122.9, and they are currently 7.1 seconds ahead of 2nd place. So it's not ideal, but it's certainly better than nothing.
He's making a lot of headroom, and Chris definitely a third behind as well. Seems like it's relatively safe turn as well. It seems like Aaron McGrath is currently chasing him down.
Typhoon is dropping a little back now from PTG Nando, so I'm going to have a look and see if there's any fights. Oh, there is a fight in 7th place though, between Root Turtle and Phoenix. Oh, Root Turtle in the Kool-Aid Mobile though. Oh yeah!
I think Typhoon or Phoenix is trying to chase down to fight back for 5th.
Boy as well in 9th place. Go on, my Yorkshire lad! If you actually do that and it somehow succeeds, I want you to do 2 things. Steal a Mercedes badge for me, and get me a Mercedes ship. Go on.
Well, here goes Phoenix getting the pass down on excellent corner, getting the power down.
That was a very, very tight overtake from Phoenix, but he does get the move done. Although the mad Yorkshire lad himself, Saintly Boy, is coming up quick behind Rude Turtle, so Rude Turtle is going to have to paddle his ass through the swimming pool quicker. Ooh, and Rude Turtle.
Oh, Rude Turtle's struggling to get the power down properly.
Go on, my Yorkshire lad.
Come on, Saint.
Do it for Yorkshire.
Oh, here comes the
Come on, Sainty.
Grass.
Come on, Sainty. Do the switchback, you'll be fine. Oh my god, MRT Senna as well is coming up behind, so Sainty needs to get this done quick. Otherwise, he's going to have a world of pain.
Yeah, he definitely wants to try and chase down Phoenix instead of being chased down, being chased down by Senna. Look at the drivers around
Rude Turtle at the moment. We've got Sainty Boy, Senna and Phoenix. I bet Rude Turtle is feeling currently like a seagull who's just landed in the middle of a French landmine.
And Saint was looking for the exit. Oh, Rude Turtle loses the back end of the exit. And that gives Saint Boy the opportunity to get it powered down nicely. And get a safe clip pass in the end.
Efficient's back in chat says, I also read something about Honda wanting to revive the S2000 again. If they do that, they have to have a 9,000 RPM engine, otherwise people will be pissed. But mind you, speaking of revise and facelift, Hoseo, have you seen the 2020 Subaru BRZ?
No, I haven't.
It is horrible. They have turned it from a good like little tuner car to basically a mobile.
Oh,
and MRT Senna just blitzed past. $800 without VTEC. Well, Epis, how about this? Would you rather have an S2000 with VTEC or a special version Odyssey with VTEC? Now, Rude Turtle looks like their rear tyres are letting go now, so it looks like... Oh, and someone went off in the grass! Who is that up ahead? Looks like MRT Senna went drifting into the weeds.
And here goes Sainty Boy fighting Phoenix.
Hang on a minute! Send It Media is already overtaking back markers!
She just missed Sainty Boy get a nice clean overtake in the pit straight on Phoenix and keep the pass done.
Send It Media is about to send the stamp and lick it past John. FTC chat says the new BRZ looks like a Lexus RCF, an Aston Martin DB11 and a Honda NSX all in one.
Well, keep in mind that
the best thing.
I think the reason for it might be look for RCF is, I'm not sure, but I think it's due to the fact that it's still a cooperation with Toyota and the GT86.
But then again, Subaru are the ones who brought it out first, so you never know, it might be their own facelift now that
oh, here comes Felix fighting back with Sainty Boy on next lap.
Oh, but Typhoon and Rude Turtle are having a fight for 8th place.
Nascar puts his way up to 4th, but I think I remember at being the 5th. I think Nando's yet to pit.
I'm keeping an eye on the Yorkshire lad. That is Sainty Boy, who's currently under very much pressure from Phoenix. So he's going to need to bob and weave to keep that Firebird at bay. Gets a little bit drifty, but manages to keep it nice and true. Oh, Crow is in the pits. Crow has had his pit stop. So now I've got to have a look to see. I'm going to keep an eye on Send It Media. Because Send It Media has got to be coming in soon. They've got a 9.7 second advantage. Still the fastest lap holder of the race. But they've got to be coming in for that pit stop soon.
I think you're correct there, Gemma. Although at the same time, not entirely. Subaru is definitely for the engine, but the suspension for the GT6 and the RZ is slightly different. It's not the same.
In fairness, we are definitely seeing some good racing here today, my dude. I hope you're enjoying.
Oh, Tafuna is currently the 5 center as well, having to defend his 8th position now. But he's looking here to get a pass done.
One thing I also will say, anyone in chat, if anyone has any questions for either myself or Haseo, ask away. If we can answer it, we will. And don't forget to redeem those Twitch points, my ladies and gents, because you can make me and Haseo do silly things, like you can put a swearing ban on us, make us say a funny word, or just ban a word. So,
then again, the question is, did we ever talk about the punishment if we ever did manage to break that non-swear one?
They don't know about that, Haseo. Shush. They don't know about that.
Alright, let's get back to Focus on Racing, where Tafuna is currently shading down Senna as Senna get a clean pass down.
And by the way, we actually we did discuss that punishment, and Send It Media is coming into the pits. But yes, for those of you who don't know, if you put a swear ban on us for 5 minutes and we break said swear ban, the person who made that swear ban can then make us say only one word for a minute. So that word can be cake, it can be sausage, it can be anything. So, oh lord, the use case for abuse there is wide and open.
But keep in mind that if there's something very specific, we have the right to refuse to say it.
Yes, if it's anything specific, insulting or derogatory in any way, we will not only refuse...
Oh, here comes Tafuna inside of Senna. Gets him
on... Oh my god, there was some force of physics there when Send It Media clipped through Rude Turtle. Holy moly!
Typhoon's trying to look here.
Now, whilst you're currently on...
Oh no! I don't think you want to read chat now, man. I think you want to skip what has just been said.
Epis? No. I will take your wife... Epis, I will take your waifus away from you.
Let's go see how Sergio doing.
DOR Cosworth is coming into the pits 1 lap later than Send It Media. We're on lap 17 of 20 here, so if they didn't get it done, they'll be in much trouble. Send It Media coming round the second to last corner, coming round the embankment onto the start-finish straight. Let's see how much of a gap that leaves Send It Media as they
seems like a Polo had a little incident and then let Sergio catch up, having a fight for 10.
Send It Media with a little bit of showboating. He drove right next to the pit wall just to show Cosworth that he was passing him. What utter showboatsmanship here from Send It Media. Oh, Epis, you do have waifus. There are many waifus for everyone. Don't worry.
We're going to currently Sergio down, chasing down 10. Agile Apollo here now. It's Agile Apollo.
Looking Sergio is fighting Agile Apollo for 10th place here. Agile Apollo is in 10th, Sergio is in 11th. Sergio is going a little bit wide. He's trying to get that draft on Agile Apollo. He's trying to tuck him.
Oh, it seems like he got the drive through the last corner as he's catching it out of the pit straight.
Oh, Sergio is drafting, he's pulling, he's trying to do a shake and bake.
He braked a little bit early.
Deep dive. Oh, but he clips the other Camry of Agile Apollo. He's going to have to tuck in.
There's still cute and night and tidy through the corners. Apollo's not giving a lot of room inside, leaving all the outside open. And Sergio is just a little bit too far behind at the moment to make a move stick.
Let's see who else we've got. Oh, there's a very tight battle happening for 3rd place, where Crow is being chased down by McGrath. Nice to see McGrath for the first time roughly in this race. It's just a shame. It's on the penultimate lap.
Seems like Semi is currently getting the back markers again.
The 2 Aarons. Who are the 2 Aarons in fairness? Educate me. I take it one is McGrath, but educate me on who is the other. Oh yes, he actually is called that. Oh, okay. I completely forgot about that. I always call him the pigeon. I feel bad.
It seems like Saint made a lot of room now for 5th. So I think something happened to whoever he was fighting.
If it's just to answer that, you sent me them. Crow is still under immense pressure now from McGrath. Can Crow hold off for 1 lap?
As Sendy's media now is on the final lap as well. And Crow seems to get a little bit unsteady here now.
Crow only has to hold him off for 1 lap, but a lap is a very long... It's a very long time.
Now McGrath's getting dangerous close now on the pit straight.
McGrath is looking, he's like an angry little hedgehog. All his little quills
Oh, you can see him. He's he's close now in the first 3 corners.
Crow gets a little bit slidey. He knows McGrath is there, he's just trying his best to keep him at bay. Yes. McGrath is doing their best to chase down Crow here.
But who's that there in the back? Is that Sadie boy?
To go back to very quickly. Send It Media is your race winner here at Indianapolis, the Grand Prix circuit. Followed closely by DOR Cosworth in 2nd place. Now it's the battle for 3rd.
He's dangerous and close now. Going wide.
He's trying to go wide. Oh, but I think they clipped the tyre wall. I think McGrath clipped his rear bottom.
I think he did.
Which has let Crow have 3rd place. McGrath in 4th. Sainty Boy coming up a very respectable 5th. PTG Nando in 6th. Phoenix in 7th.
Number 2 Senna rounding up 8th.
Got Typhoon in 9th. Oh, and now there's the battle for 10th place.
Oh,
Sergio
going to battle to the end here now.
Happen, but Apollo is looking to take 10th place away from Sergio. Can he hold on?
Oh, it's going to be a drag race to the finish.
And Sergio takes 10th place. Apollo takes 11th.
And Rue takes 11th.
Johnny Warner, the bearded wonder. Actually, that's quite a nice double joke there because he is the Wonder Bread mobile. The Bearded Wonder comes in at 13th place. Very respectable, John. We're very proud of you here in the parental group. And rounding off at the back, not too far back, I might add, is Rude Turtle. So they actually, everyone finished quite close to one another within a lap or so. There wasn't like a runaway victor, so Send It Media in chat just going, nice. Send it. You. Oh no, Robin! Did you have to say elephant tranquilizer is the best medicine? Mind you, it's nice that the human space program's here. How are you, Robin?
You know what's funny though? Crowley blocks it from saying his full name.
Buggity, 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 let's go racing, boys, round 2!
You know, a special pigeon did say another word on that word.
Oh! Okay, what's my punishment?
Ask Crow later. God dang it! You made me say it! Road 3 1 already after 2 quarters of seconds straight. Oh, they're door-to-door grinding! There you go, Kruger's hard in the first.
Oh, Sergio is tapping the wall again! Sergio, stop humping the wall! Oh, and he's grinding again! The same
what the fit feels like, and here comes Crow getting a clean pass of Phoenix, and here comes Cosworth as well in 5th.
Crow, the cheap mother effer! Oh, McGrath! Go spinning out!
Oh, major character for that first corner!
Oh my god! Aaron McGrath! Oh god, can you imagine Robin on this track? He'll be a blockade.
Can you imagine Robin in the NASCARs? I think that's the better question, not on the track, the NASCARs!
I say I'm scared. Hold me. Hold me. Scooby-Doo, hold me!
Oh jeez. I think in fairness had to get us a good punishment because we're not keeping them. No, watch out!
You think? Robin says, I have driven this track many times. I usually don't make it more than 2 laps without spinning. Robin, that's you. Do you ever race something where you don't spin out?
And Pigeon's now being overtaken on it. Here comes Send It Media as well.
Oh! Jax, you!
Okay, they're trolling us today in chat.
Oh, what gave that away, Sale? Is it the fact that we're both about to have a mental breakdown?
And Sending Me slams in the wall, and that's Typhoon as well. But he gets the run on Typhoon.
Inferno says roly-poly space program. Space program says I am basically terrible.
And we got Nando losing in the back end, but
oh, I Send It Media looking to.
Oh, that's a dangerous.
Rude Turtle, that was a quite unsafe rejoin there, as that royally messed up. I think
that's definitely gonna be a steering career.
Oh, that pigeon swine is in first. Jarog says you don't rejoin on the bank. Yeah, we know. Troll says that could have been me like that. Troll, I want you to troll Haseo. It will cheer me up a little. Space Program says I don't even need the extra traffic to crash. It's you. Infernus, ooh, bad rejoin. I thought you meant rejoin. Autocorrect there, but Jamal says, what are the lap times like? The lap times are currently, the best lap time is currently held by Mr. Send It Media with a 48.8. There you go, Infernus. Rejoin.
Seems like Cosworth trying to get Grizzly inside, but he hit the cone, making Centimeter getting the power down.
Send It Media is really getting the power down, and it means they're on the nice inside line to overtake Cosworth while laughing and giving the middle finger doing it. Oh, and Crow touches the wall! That's going to scrub off at least
Cosworth is now riding the River Road. We got a nice little train now for top 3.
Send It Media is sniffing the ass of Crow.
He's bum drafting the Crow to get away from Cosworth. And Crow gets too much speed having to lift. Oh, hits the barriers! But here goes Cosworth!
Troll says all you need for Haseo is ask him about AA, but that has all to do with GTA, not racing. Haseo, what does he mean?
With the AA? I'm not sure what you mean. Troll, what do you mean?
Oh! And D1 Cosworth makes the move on Crow with Send It Media reclaiming their first place. Actually, let's see where Mr. Johnny Warner... Johnny Warner's in 10th! He's in the top 10! He is no longer in the top 10!
But he's currently racing with Saint here now. Let's see, where do we got Sergio? Sergio up in 5th in the middle of the field here. He's chased out by Phoenix. As he's currently behind MRT Senna. Hits the barrel a little bit, losing a bit of pace. Here comes Phoenix right on behind him.
Troll says Thanksgiving dinner ... special agent cutie. What's he going on about?
Crow must be in the pits. He must be in the pits.
Even Oh, Space Program says, seeing this makes me want to join, but I don't think people will be too happy with my great driving skill. The Space Program, what driving skill? I am yet to see. So
have a good sleep.
Have a good sleep, my dude.
What are we going to ask me?
Haseo, who is Special Agent Cutie in GTA?
That's essentially for what I'm doing, the role-playing part.
Cosworth clip the wall.
Countach!
Countach! Crow and Infernus are massive cuntashes.
Sergius currently lower pace, but he's still got Phoenix and AUT Gemini behind him. This clanging on the 5th.
Space Program in chat says, imagine my usual driving skill and cut it in half. That's about my skill in over. Oh lord, it must be bad. Oh, Send It Media just kissed the wall there. Even him losing a bit of control on this oval.
I think not just losing control, I think he's just pushing extremely hard, trying to gain a gap, but I don't think it's easy. Let's go check over Cosworth in 2nd. Oh, he's made a decent gap for being a 1st on this oval.
Oh, there's a very tight pack in 5th, where Sergio's in 5th, Phoenix is 6th.
They're currently chasing down Rue in 4th. I think Crow's been to the pits because he's not in turn.
Oh, and
here goes Sergio from behind on his Rue, trying to look for that 4th position. He lost a little entrance, but he gets it on the exit. And here they're passing Rue Turtle, who's not seeming to find a pace today on the oval.
Rue is doing sort of okay, but I was expecting a little bit more of a month. Although Phoenix has come out of nowhere like a hellblade and is attacking Sergio now for big
Oh, but it hits the barrier. Which losing both for him and Gemini falling behind.
Send It Media extending their gap now by 0.1 of a second per straight.
But keep in mind, a lot can happen in an old race when you're having the pit and suddenly get thrown in the middle of the field.
Oh, we're already on lap 12 of 35 here.
I think they are completely stuck.
SVR Mercy in chat saying open tuning question mark? No, these are all stock SVR.
At least I know they're completely stock tunes with no upgrades. There goes our Mercy, thank God.
Why do you say thank God, Mercy?
At least we got at least 2 races. We got one next week and...
We've got 2 rounds left with 2 races each, so there's a total of 4 up to grabs. If you want to enter, Mercy, or anyone else watching, head over, join the FTC Discord, and sign yourself up as a driver in the championship that you want to enter.
The next week will be Daytona on the sport car circuit and the Tri-Oval. And the last week, the final week, will be Sonoma Full Circuit and Homestead.
Let's be real, next week we have to say one word only. Daytona!
Daytona! It seems like Sheriff Pilot made a move stick here.
Oh, and Rue appears to be in the pits.
Oh, but it's...
Well, Mercy would like to see you here.
There's definitely a lot of close racing here in this field. And keep in mind there, Mercy, on the road circuits, all cars got a 10% power handicap. So they're not running 100% power on, like, they're trying to keep it like the real series. See, where is Crow in the field? He's going down at 12th. Oh, here! Ooh, Rude Turtle is not making it easy for people today.
Lap time counter. The current best lap time is held by Send It Media at a 48.42. That's the fastest lap of the race so far, my friend.
Thank you for that follow there, Shani Jern.
Thank you for the follow. No, there are no 47s yet. Although Send It Media actually just did set a faster lap at a 48.4 dead, so there is chance.
Oh, we're doing very well today here, Shani, as we're doing commentating. See a lot of close racing today.
We are doing quite well, Shani. How are
John
you?
is up in 9th at the moment.
John is doing very well. Although, look at the problem Send It Media is having now. Send It Media is approaching 3 backmarkers who are going wide.
Who's currently chasing down?
And we hope you're
I think that is Nando and Rue. Troll, the space program over there, he keeps finding ways to fly. Here goes Send It Media. Looking inside of Nando. Goes for looking for outside instead.
Nando moves over.
Here's Rue keeping him far outside. And Send It Media gets... Ooh, that's a close shave going for front of Rue here. He can lose a little bit of pace.
Send It Media has got a good 3 seconds now on second place of D.R. Cosworth.
And Senna here is doing very respectably, being in third at the moment. I believe Senna has yet to do a pit stop. Let's go and check with Saint Boy, who's currently been passed by Phoenix. With Sergio being passed by both Saint Boy and Phoenix. The mystery machines suddenly come out of nowhere.
The field is slowly starting to spread out, but there are still some fights happening, especially in 4th and 5th, 6th and 7th, where Phoenix and Sainty Boy are battling it out. And let's see, we've got Sergio and Gemini having a fight.
Exactly, and Gemini is currently getting a little bit paced now on the pit straight on Sergio. But if that will be the photo finish, Sergio will have taken it.
Oh, and the side-by-side up ahead. Sainty Boy passes Phoenix. The liveries are very good, Shani. They are very, very talented livery makers in this lobby.
Let's go see here. We got Typhoon as well. Typhoon here is among the livery creators for the group. He makes a lot of nice liveries.
He does. He really does.
Who's currently being chased down by Edgerpool and Armagrath here for 9th.
Place. It is between Typhoon and Agile Apollo.
With Armagrath in tow as well. And there it goes.
I say, Johnny Warner is in 8th right now.
Currently first we got Send It Media.
We are currently on here at the Brickyard on lap 20 out of 35. So we're just over halfway.
I think they're on fuel and tire for this series.
It is fuel and yes, it is fuel and tire damage.
I think they're doing full sim damage on our Friday series, which currently at the moment is the 80s Holy Trinity. There they are racing a Porsche 959, the Lamborghini Countach, and the Ferrari F40. The Tuesday series, like the NASCAR, these are the more casual series, while the Friday series is a little more on the serious side in terms of what kind of series they set up.
Oh, the Friday series is hardcore.
Space Program, you don't have a say considering how your driving skills being.
Space Program, you're the reason there's no sim damage on these races. Send It Media is still your race leader here by a good 3.9 seconds.
See how the cars are doing. Currently past both Sergio and Nando.
I like being nosy.
Seems like something else. We've got Saint Boy in third and Gemini in
MRT,
fourth.
Senna and Phoenix in the pits. Right, so it looks like
John is up to 5th at the moment.
It looks like the pit window is opening for our drivers here. So this is going to be quite interesting to see. Space Program says, hey, I managed to do a double barrels and not have 100% on everything. I'm a professional. Yeah, you missed out a word there. Moron.
You mean like it being a professional moron or just a moron?
Oh no, a professional moron. He crashes with skill.
Not even doing road courses.
Right. Shally, that is unless you're turning right. And I do say NASCAR is a bit more intense because if you spin out, you have got a lot more ground to make up than a regular circuit. So NASCAR is just as complicated as in other motorsports, but in just different ways.
Keep in mind that the constant speed they're driving and close to close, how close they're racing is not easy. They're always, in their real life scenario, they're always racing in a big pack. Seems like the field's getting quite spread, but it seems like we have a quite battle down still for 9th.
Hey Shannon, you don't have to be afraid. You can call us by our names. I am Mr. Gage, and my wonderful Nordic co-host is Mr. Hosea. You can talk to us just as normal. We have no worries. We're not that official here yet.
Typhoon and Indianapolis constantly battling it out at the moment here, back the back for 13th at the moment.
Space Program says, remember Metal, I'm going to be racing in the Indy 8 hours. That's going to be spectacular. Robin, you do know I am actually, me and Hosea are going to be commentating that. Coming this Saturday, if you didn't know.
It's going to be quite interesting. We start at 3 PM GMT with the first race. And it's going to be an 8-hour endurance race with 4 stints where they're swapping drivers. The question is, Robbie, which lobby are you in?
We are in C.
No, I'm talking about Robin.
Oh, Robin, yeah, which lobby are you in?
On Typhoon, her gets a move done on Indianapolis, the greater on last corner. Gets on the pit straight before the finish, and here comes.
Yes, we know you're in stint. We know you're in stint 4. But are you in lobby A, B, C, or D?
Seems like Nando's parked up at the moment. And here goes Emmergrad.
Media is coming into the pits. And it looks like DOR Cosworth, no, MLT Senna is staying out.
Hold on, I think Nando might have had to go early, judging by the state of that.
Who else is in the pits? Cosworth actually followed Send It Media into the pits. Jamag, they are running. Well, Send It Media is running the Ford Penske, and I believe DOL Cosworth is using the number 22 Ford Penske Pennzoil as well. So the 2 top dogs here are running both the Ford Fusions. So yeah, this is quite the battle.
Jamag, are you wondering about it? Oh, I think that's... What cars is it? I don't remember at the moment.
Oh. I
think one is GTP class. I think they're essentially prototypes. See how Senna doing every Ford at the moment. Where do we have Pro? And John's currently up in 3rd, but he's yet to do a pit stop.
Where is Crow?
He's down in 10th at the moment.
And he's also quite free of traffic as well. Although Send It Media is about to approach the back markers here of McGrath. Ooh, McGrath not making it easy for the driver. But Send It Media gets it done.
Typhoon currently got a little angry field behind him with Agile Apollo and Send It Media with Emmergrad behind him.
Shani says, I just want to say I like streams like these because racing kind of died a little since racing is back on in real life. So thank you for doing this stream. Shani, we're thankful just as much for you turning up and actually watching us do this. So thank you for being here. Johnny Warner says 0% fuel. Where is Johnny Warner?
He's currently in the pits. He's gone all the way through it as long as he could on one fuel of tank.
Oh my God, John. You madman. Oh, iRacing. Sorry, my bad. Wait, Shani, you are Australian by any chance, are you?
The electronics being chased down by AOT Gemini at the moment for 5th. Let's go 5 laps. Wait, are we on lap 30 of 35? We've gone so quickly gone through these laps.
Yeah, this has been going a while. Well, I say you do realise we're currently nearly half an hour into this race.
I didn't realise.
Oh yeah, NASCAR passes very quick.
I think that's what NASCAR is. You so easily lost the track of time watching.
Just checking each other because some people like to do that. Your Daily Gamer says, can I self-promote? No. Quite a simple answer, no. Because, well, that is basically taking a giant steamy turd on our freshly cut lawn.
I don't think it's exactly a good thing to come into other streams and ask for promotions.
He says, what about the type out? What about the type out?
It seems like Saint was currently chasing down third, but I'm not sure if it's going to be close enough to do anything.
Send It Meter is now 7.1 seconds in front. 7.2 this guy.
Oh, here comes Gemini overtaking Phoenix.
Oh, and McGrath has a little bit of an off, allowing Johnny Warner to go into 12th place. Yeah, the Civic Type R. What about it? We're on lap 33 out of 35 already. Can you believe it's been this already?
No, it's like time just flown past.
Can you see the fight that is going to happen over the last 2 laps here? MRT Senna and FTC Sainty Boy are closing in on one another. Shani, I don't know, I'm waiting to hear from your Daily Game because the man is interesting. Well, that's a word I'll use. Space Program says, yeah, I can't find what lobby I'm racing in Tora. If you want to know, just ask Sakura, he probably knows it. Will do, Robin.
I think we're going to see a battle now. Saint Boy is closing in.
And Senna clips the wall. Which is just giving Sainty Boy ever more room to creep up closer. Send It Media though, racing a perfect race. As I've got to follow this man on the last race. I've just got it. He has got 2 more turns after this till victory, and he's doing some Senate media is actually swerving, ladies and gentlemen. He is
no, he's doing that on purpose. I think that's the thing.
He's doing pre-celebratory swerves because he knows he's got it in the bag. Robin, if
oh, he is definitely going for the swerves for the final lap, few corners. Yeah. And he's across the line.
Just under half an hour, Mr. Send It Media is your race winner here at the Brickyard. DOR
Well, Sadieberg gets him moved on in the last lap and gets the third position as we got one corner to go.
As well.
But here comes Senna. Oh, he clips the barrier, losing the grip on left he had.
Do it for Yorkshire. And here we go. Sadie Boy comes in third place, rounded out the top three.
And we got the final battle as well here for AD Gemini and Sadie or Phoenix.
Gemini comes in fifth.
Done.
Phoenix in sixth.
And Sergio securing a seventh. That's fairly good.
Agile Apollo coming in ninth. Sending it media, sending in Christmas hats. He say, okay, good race. Agile Apollo in 9th. Typhoon in 10th.
What's Crow doing on the last kill? What?
I don't know.
And there goes John doing accelerator and slipping out.
Oh my god! Rechat, Crow ran out of fuel! Oh my god! Johnny Warner in 12th, McGrath in 13th. And rounding off the pack is Root Turtle about to come across the start finish.
But he's still got 2 laps to go. He's been so far behind.
Oh, do they still have a lap to go?
2 laps.
Oh, okay. Well, that will give us time to stop. Shani says, no! Centimedia says, another double win. Okay, Mr. Cocky. Crow says, I had to lift down the straights like 4 laps in a row, and that didn't even work. John says, my strategy failed, but I have never ran a car out of fuel before. That was fun. John, it's always fun when you're here. Your beard is like pixie dust. It makes everyone happy.